Hey friend, welcome to Twixmas, that weird time between Christmas and New Year's. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I hope you took some time to rest and take a little bit of time back for yourself. Today's episode is linked to goal setting. I want to share a tool with you that I know is going to be really helpful as you are thinking about your goals or your goal for 2023. Now, you're definitely going to want to have a pen and paper because I'm going to be getting you to write down some questions as we go through this episode. But if you are listening to me in the car or you're out walking the dog, just make sure you're subscribed to my email list because you're going to get this to drop into your inbox on Friday, the 30th of December. Click the link in the show notes. You can sign up to my email list. I also send you each week some really fun resources all linked to health and fitness, recipes, movement challenges, that kind of thing. I promise not to spam you. So go and click the link, pop yourself on the email list, and you will get this resource heading your way. Hey friend, welcome to the Fit Productive Mum podcast. I'm your host SJ. I'm an outspoken women's health advocate, productivity guru, daughter of the king, and a 40-something mum to a sassy, independent daughter. If you feel stressed out, overwhelmed, and hate what you see in the mirror, then that stops right here. I'm here to arm you with the knowledge you need to better understand your mind and body so that you can live a life free of diets, fitness fads, and comparison. If you're ready to commit to making yourself a priority, to reconnect with your body and be a present, productive parent, then this is the podcast for you. Grab that superfood smoothie and let's dig in. Hello. Okay, we are in that really strange time of year. We call it Twixmas here in the UK, that period between Christmas and New Year. You don't know what day it is, your routine's still totally out, the kids are still at home, there's loads and loads of Christmas food still hanging around. Oh my gosh, I love this time of year, but then at the same time it can be really challenging because I do love a routine. Of course, that's what we're all about here, isn't it? Creating healthy habits, healthy routines. And speaking of routines and habits, you might be thinking about setting yourself a goal for 2023. And today's episode is all about this amazing tool that is going to help you to set a really effective, impactful goal, and a goal that you're actually going to have success with. Now, obviously, I'm a coach. I'm here coaching you each week. Every episode I drop in here, I'm coaching you and sharing ideas and tips and hints and all of the things. But I also get coached too. I am always on the path to learn more, to grow in my experience so that I can share more things and more knowledge with you as well. And recently I had the absolute privilege to win a place on something called the High Performance Coaching Program. Now, you might have heard of the term high performance coming from Brendon Burchard and his book High Performance Habits. And if you have not read that book, I highly recommend you get a copy of it, get it on audio, walk the dog, listen to the book. It's awesome. And I really love his approach to just improving your attitude, the way that you go about things, and everything that he talks about really is underpinned by some of the basic principles that we talk about on here, which is about movement, raising your energy levels, and bringing that nutrition and that movement into your daily life. And I was so lucky to win a place on a coaching program led by one of his personally trained high performance coaches. And shout out to my lovely friend Kat, who is a Brendon Burchard high performance coach, and I have been on her course now for, as I'm recording this episode, where it's a 12 session coaching program, and it's been running over 6 weeks. I've got a couple of weeks left as we go into the new year, and it really has been challenging in so many ways. And some of the resources that are part of this coaching program are amazing. And if you ever get the opportunity, it's high ticket value coaching. coaching, if you ever get the opportunity and you have, sort of thousands of pounds and thousands of dollars to invest in something like that, I highly recommend that you do it. But I really thought that I would share with you a tool that she shared with me, because we are coming to the end of the course. We're talking about our goals, which is so timely as we move into 2023. And this is a action indicator assessment. So, and I am sort of going to read from the resource that I have as well. So, because I want to make sure that I get it right and I describe it in the right way to you. And don't forget, as I said at the start of the episode, if you would like a copy of this like as a PDF, make sure you are subscribed to my email list, because I am going to be sending out this to you in the email. But of course, I am not taking any credit for this whatsoever. This is a resource that has been created by Brendon Burchard. It's freely available on his website. You don't have to pay for it, so I'm not infringing any copyright, and I'm giving him full credit for all of the work behind this. So this is called an action indicator assessment. And what they high performance coaches challenge you to do is to think of a big dream or goal that you would like to achieve. And the resource really is 10 questions to ask yourself about your goal, which are going to give you an indicator as to how successful you're going to be at that goal, and whether or not actually you should be setting that goal right now, and perhaps you need to go back and tweak it and change it, because it gives you an indicator as to whether or not it's the right goal and how prepared, how set up you are right now to achieve that goal. So this is where you're going to need that pen and paper to write these questions down. Now, as we went through these questions on the group coaching program, we had to score ourselves out of 10 for each. So obviously 10 being yes, very much, and 0 or 1, being no, not at all. Okay, so the first section is titled Your Future Identity. So you could number this number 1 if you like. And the question to ask yourself first of all with this is this goal or activity relevant to my future identity, to how I see myself and what I see myself doing over the long term in the future? So let's think about this in a health and fitness approach, because that's what we're here for. So say, for example, your goal is to run a 5K. And that question really is kind of asking yourself, do you identify as a runner? Do you see yourself in the future being a runner? And if it's a yes, then you're going to score it 10. And if it's a no, then it gets a 0. Number 2 is titled Intrinsic Value. Is this goal or activity something I am passionate about? Would enjoy doing? Would you actually enjoy doing that 5K, for example? Would you feel proud about it? And does it bring a sense of meaningfulness to you? Would you do this? Would you do your goal, this goal that you have, regardless of any money, any status, any recognition or power? So extrinsic rewards. I can't say that word. So ultimately, this question is saying to you, would you still want to do that thing, even if nobody was there to watch you cross the finish line? Would you still want to run that race if you weren't going to get the t-shirt and the medal at the end, for example? Okay, question number 3 is the utilitarian value. And is this goal or activity something that will lead to a useful outcome for me? Will I get something useful in life out of doing it? So with the goal that you're setting for your health and fitness, is it something that is really going to give you a useful outcome? And if it's a 10, then if it's yes, then it's a 10. And if it's 1, it's a 0, it's a no, it doesn't have a useful outcome for you. Okay, question number 5 is the opportunity cost. Now, in pursuing this goal or activity, can I avoid losing out on other things that I find important? Now, this I think is quite a challenging one. Can I do this without costing too much time, energy, effort, resources, and willpower needed elsewhere? So this question is quite interesting because on this podcast, we talk about time a lot, because I know for so many of you listening to me that one of your biggest challenges when it comes to your health and fitness goals is finding the time to achieve that goal. And what we do here is we look at your schedule to see where you are potentially wasting time, whether or not you are using the time that you have effectively to make space for the action steps that you need to take to achieve that goal. And this question is basically saying to you, are you productive with your time? Do you or can you find the space in your schedule to be able to commit to this goal without it having a detrimental effect on the other areas of your life? And I think this is where we as women can fall down, because you are always worried that you taking the time out for yourself, that 30 minutes or whatever it is, or that trip to the gym, or whatever it is that you're doing, you're always worrying that that is selfish. And it isn't. But the problem that we have is that often within our schedules is we are using some of the other time that we have, and we're not using that as effectively as we should be, so that when we add something else onto our plate, we still have the space and capacity for it. So if your answer right now, when it comes to that question about the opportunity cost, if your score is less than a 5, what I suggest you do is you need to dig into what is going on with your schedule. Where are you wasting time? Scrolling on social media, because I know, I have been so guilty of that in the past, wasting time, going around the supermarket or the shops or something, when perhaps it would be quicker for you to have it delivered to your home and you could be doing a workout or something. If your score on this question with the opportunity cost is low, then I really actually encourage you to book a one-to-one session with me, because we can really dig into your schedule. We can look at where your time is, and we can then identify the pockets of time for you to be able to take the action for your goal without it having an impact on your family, your work life, all of those other things. Because I can guarantee that I can find you time within your schedule, no matter how busy you think you are, my friend. I can guarantee that I can help you to find the time for a workout 3 times a week to hit a health and fitness goal. No problem. The link to the one-to-one coaching is in the show notes, and one of the bonuses you get when you have a one-to-one coaching session is you do get a free copy of my digital planner, so that you can write your goals down, so that you can do all of your daily planning all within that resource. And if your goal is health and fitness related, then I will also give you a free copy of my digital fitness planner. And if you're not up for coaching right now, you can still get those. The link to my Etsy store is in the show notes, and the link to the one-to-one coaching is also in the show notes. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next question is about delay time. Is this goal or activity going to have quick and recognizable results that I can enjoy soon? Now, obviously, we're all about longevity, creating healthy habits, but obviously one of the things that is going to keep you on track when it comes to your health and fitness is seeing results or feeling results. And those things can happen really, really quickly. When you start drinking more water, or you start improving your nutrition, or you start moving your body every single day in whatever format works for you, within a week, you will feel different, and you will feel the positive benefits of doing that. So that is what this question is about, is are you going to see a result quickly so that is going to help you to stay on track, because there's a whole lot of evidence, and this is where Brendon's coming from with this particular question, is that for you to stay on track with a big goal, you need to see smaller wins along the way. And if your score for that is like less than 5, I think you need to have a look at the goal and see if perhaps you need to tweak it so that you can see those like immediate results as you're going along. Now, this is not me telling you to go and get like weight loss shakes or anything like that, because we are not about that here. This is about what are the small wins that you can have along the way. And that can be something really simple, like being able to do an extra rep with a heavier weight. So let me give you an example. So I've been following a new 8-week program. And one of the things that we've been doing in this program recently is upping the weights. And I have been doing some tricep extensions. And recently, I've been challenging myself to do these tricep extensions with a heavier weight. And I never ever would have thought that I would be able to do it. But every time that I do this particular exercise now, I'm doing it with a heavier weight and for more reps. And that is the kind of win that I am talking about. And that's what this question is asking you, is how can you find those small wins along the way, which are going to help you to stay on track with your goal. Okay, next one is personal control. Is this goal or activity something that you will be able to make happen by your own efforts? And I love this question because the way that it was explained to me is that you need to take complete ownership of your goal, and you are not going to achieve your goal if you are blaming other people for you not going to do a workout, or if you're blaming like your husband for bringing chocolate into the house when you are trying to reduce the amount of processed sugar that you're eating. This question is about asking you to take complete ownership for your goal and for your own actions so that you can be personally responsible for it. And again, it's a score out of 10. So 10 being, yes, I have like complete control over it, or 1 being 0, like I have no control over it. And if you feel that you don't have control over this particular goal, then you need to revisit the goal, because it has to be a goal that you have control over and that you have ownership of. Okay, social support. Is this goal or activity something people will support me on? Will others provide direction and cheerleading when I attempt this? Now, this is where you being in a community of supportive people is really important, because if you are on, say for example, you're on a weight loss goal and you do not have support of your husband, your mum, that's going to be challenging to you. And if that is your situation, I suggest you have a conversation with them and you talk about why the goal is important to you so that you can get their support. And the next step to this is surrounding yourself with people who are supportive. And the fact that you're listening to this podcast is a huge step in the right direction to having that support and that accountability, because you need to be hearing the positive stuff. You want to be hearing people saying to you, you're going to be successful. Let me check in on you. Let me see how you're doing. And that's why coaching is important. That's why personal trainers exist, because we need that accountability. We need somebody in our corner cheering us on and pushing us and challenging us. And that's why I'm here. You know, I can be your coach. I can support you through your goals. I can hold you accountable. When you book one-to-one coaching with me after your first session, if you want to come back and do another session with me at any point, you automatically get a discount off those one-to-one sessions. So say, for example, you have got a goal in mind as you go into 2023 and you're thinking, okay, I want to spend the next 3 months really, really focusing in on my nutrition and my exercise. I'm going to need some accountability. You could book a one-to-one session with me at the start of January. We could go through your goals. We can go through your schedule in the first hour. You get the digital downloads, the planners, and then you could book 2 more sessions or 3 more sessions with me where I check in with you every single month and help you to stay on track with your goal. We can evaluate things, we can tweak things, we can change things, and I can hold you accountable to those action steps that you're committing to over that period of time. And that is what that social support is all about. Okay, next one is the bandwidth belief. And that is about, is this goal or activity something I will have enough time and focus to do a good job at? And that links in quite nicely to the earlier question about the opportunity cost of making sure that you are digging into your schedule and making sure that you are productive with your time. There was a huge part of this group coaching that I've been doing as a high performer is about making sure that we are so productive, that we understand all these productivity mastery strategies so that we're making the most out of the time that we have, so that we have got the bandwidth to take on another goal and we know where we're going to put that goal into our daily schedule. And again, of course, that's something I can help you with in a one-to-one coaching session. Okay, next one. Number 9, I think I'm on number 9, aren't I? Resource availability. Will I have the resources I'll need to successfully accomplish this goal? Now, resources in a health and fitness goal could be, do you have a pair of trainers? If you're planning to do a couch to 5K, have you got a pair of trainers to go running in? Have you got a decent sports bra? Get a decent sports bra, my friend. You definitely need one of those if you're thinking about doing any kind of exercise. Have you got a fitness plan? Have you got the dumbbells that you need for your weight training, for your at-home gym? I don't know. Those are the kind of things that we're talking about when it comes to resources. Resources could, again, be somebody like me, giving you some coaching to help you and hold you accountable to your goals. So think about that again on the scale of 1 to 10. Where are you? And if you are coming in at less than a 5, you really need to look at what resources you need. What things are you going to need that need to be successful? How can you increase that score to make sure that you do have the resources that you need? And the last one is titled autonomy. Will I be given the trust and decision-making authority I need to feel as though I'm in control and able to make things happen? Now, really, this question is about, are you trusting yourself to make the right decisions? Do you believe in yourself so that you feel that you are in control and that you can make these things happen for you? Because obviously, if you were in a different situation, this question might mean different things. Say, for example, your goal was a work-related goal and you worked in a corporate job. But this is likely to be a health and fitness goal that is related to you. And this question is, do you trust yourself to make the right decisions? And if the answer to that is no, you need to dig into that. Do you need some support? Where are you going to get that support from? I mean, obviously, hi, I'm here, I can help you with that. But can you get support from your husband? Can you get support from your friends? That kind of thing is then linking again back to this social support. So those are the 10. I think this is such a great resource, and I am using this resource when it comes to my goals around this podcast, my business, my health and fitness goals, and I'm using this resource to check back in constantly, where am I? What am I scoring? How am I feeling about this week? It's such a great resource, and I love how all these questions are really interlinked to one another as well, and how if you're scoring highly on one, then that can actually have a knock-on effect on some of the others. And one of the things that my coach said to me about the scores of this is that if you are scoring less than 75, then you need to kind of go back and have a look at your goal, look at the areas that you are scoring lowest on and see how you can address those issues. Maybe you need to get some more resources. Maybe you need some more social support. Maybe you need to get a bit more clever with your productivity and your time so that this goal isn't going to have such an impact on your family, your work life, all of those sorts of things. Can you see yourself being that healthy, fit person? Do you need some more support, a bigger network? Do you need a coach? What is it that you need to look at within this goal, within these 10 areas? Which are the areas that you're scoring low on? Those are the areas that you need to look at, because those are the areas that are going to let you down when it comes to achieving the goal that you have on your heart. Now, honestly, I think this is such an incredible resource. I mean, hats off to Brendon Burchard. I think he's such a great coach. I love his coaching style. I love what he is doing around high performance and everything that underpins that. And that's why I wanted to share this with you today, because it's something that I've learnt from my coach, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to use it in your goal setting. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget that you can get on the email list and you can have this sent to you as a PDF if that is helpful. And I really hope that you have an amazing week, my friend, as we are in this strange Twixmas period. I'm going to be back next week with a couple of episodes, and they are going to be all around goal planning, staying on track, getting yourself organised, doing all of the things, because I know that that's going to be where your head is at over the coming weeks. Don't forget, if you're looking for a planner, whether it is a daily planner or a health and fitness planner, I can help you with those. The link to my Etsy store is in the show notes. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Take some time for yourself to rest and recharge, and I will speak to you soon. I hope you loved today's episode and that you learned something, and I pray it blessed you in some way. If so, take a moment to share this with a friend, and I would love it if you could take just 30 seconds for me to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, because it's the only way I know you like the show, and I love hearing from you too.